نعم بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبع هدى أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So in this lesson we go down to al-fi'lu al-lazimu wal-fi'lu al-muta'addi. So what is al-fi'lu al-lazim wal-fi'lu al-muta'addi? There are different ways we can explain these two types of fi'l, but the best of them all is saying that al-fi'lu al-lazim is that verb that does not need an object before it makes sense in a sentence. Al-fi'lu al-lazim is that verb that does not need an object before it makes sense in a sentence. For instance, if I say ذهب الرجل, ذهب الرجل, that would mean the man went. The man went. So ذهب means to go. الرجل means a man or the man. So if I say ذهب الرجل, the man went. So that makes sense already, because ذهب is the verb while الرجل is the doer of the action, and the sentence makes sense without an object. For that reason, I would say ذهب is الفعل اللازم. Another example is if I say ضحك الغلام. ضحك الغلام. ضحك الغلام. ضحك means to laugh. ضحك means to laugh. Al-gulamu means a boy. So if I say ضحك الغلام, the boy laughed. The boy laughed. So the sentence makes sense without an object. The sentence makes sense without an object. So this means that ضحك is al-fi'lu al-lazim. So al-fi'lu al-lazim is that verb that does not need an object before it makes sense in a sentence. What is al-fi'lu al-muta'addi? Al-fi'lu al-muta'addi is the direct opposite of al-fi'lu al-lazim. It is that verb that needs an object before it makes sense in a sentence. It is that verb that needs an object before it makes sense in a sentence. For example, if I say أكل الولد التفاحة. أكل الولد التفاحة. أكل means to eat. أكل means to eat. Al-waladu means the boy. Al-waladu means the boy. At-tufaha means apple. At-tufaha means apple. So if I say akala al-waladu at-tufahata, the boy eats the apple. The boy eats the apple. So you can see here that akala, which is a verb, does not make sense until I add an object that the akala, the verb to eat, was carried out on. So such a verb is called al-fi'lu al-muta'addi because it needs an object before it makes sense in a sentence. Another example is if I say سمع الرجل الأذان. سمع الرجل الأذان. سمع means to listen or to hear. الرجل is a man. Al-adhan is the call to prayer. So if I say سمع الرجل الأذان, that means that the man heard the adhan. So if I should say the man heard and I keep quiet, it does not make sense. So I need something that the man heard. So that makes سمع الفعل المتعدي. الفعل المتعدي. So in a nutshell, الفعل اللازم is that verb that does not need an object before it makes sense in a sentence, and الفعل المتعدي is that verb that needs an object before it makes sense in a sentence. So what you call that in English language is transitive and intransitive verb. So هذا وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.